Welcome to the Sparky Coach podcast. This platform was built by Sparkies for Sparkies. We simply exist to make business owners more profitable, or businesses more profitable and more predictable. So we want to work with people that work hard because we love working hard too, that work smart because you got to be on top of the business, people that are kind because no one likes a dickhead. Am I right? People who want results because that's what we're here for, right? And people who want to be part of a like-minded community. So if you're interested in hearing more about the platform, please reach out and enjoy the podcast.
Hey guys, it's Joey here. Welcome to a Sparky Coach podcast. We are doing Sunday School today, and we're talking about CRMs. First of all, I hope you're having a great Sunday. Hope you've had a good weekend with your family. Hope you're chilling out, getting ready for a big week ahead. So let's get into it, eh? CRMs. For those that don't know what CRM means, it is a customer relationship manager. So it's basically a program, a document, a system on getting a customer from an initial lead into a client and all the stages in between. So what it does, there's heaps of them around there. There's like Monday's one of them. You've got Podium, GHL. What else you got? Scribe, Salesforce. A whole heap of different programs that are built around it. Today, I'll show you what I use as a very basic CRM. I use it in ClickUp. Then I am going to walk through and we're going to go through how to build a CRM in just basically a Google Sheet. It's going to be a very basic one on how to keep track on different bits and pieces and all things like that. This CRM is mainly around not leads that come to you, but the leads you go to. So finding new clients to fit into your books, finding new clients, new type of work, chasing, hustling to find that client to fill that space in your schedule is what we're going to really be talking about today. So this really plays in well with the Hustle Off podcast that were a couple of weeks ago. So have a look at them if you're keen. But let's jump into it. So if you are listening, this may or may not work real well, but if you are watching us on a video or listening, flick over to the video and have a look because I'm about to share my screen and I'll show you what we're doing. So this here, okay, is the CRM I use. So this is the crux of my outreach stuff, my hustling to get builders into our business. So what we've got it broken down into here, probably board's going to be the easiest way to look at it. So we've got it broken down into future clients. So these are clients I see as I'm driving around, I just dump them in there and they're at the start of the process. Then we have initial, 2 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and then all the way down to move to customer love and then unsuccessful. Okay. The empty ones here are ones that we got off a big spreadsheet. We got done by a VA. So they did the whole heap of different builders and stuff off Google for us in our area. Now, that's great, but a lot of the smaller, more boutique builders are not on Google and stuff like that. So this is what we use. Inside this, it has different things like contact names, phone numbers, last action, next action, due date, stages, all that kind of stuff, all that goodness. So what we've got is in different things. So for Sparky Coach, in our workbook, we have a client pipeline sheet. So this is what the client pipeline sheet would look like in our Sparky Coach workbook. So When you get a workbook, this can be added if you want it. It's not a default at the moment. It can be added. So this is a CRM that we've created for Google Sheets. Again, very simplified, doesn't automate stuff for you, but it helps you keep track of the clients you're contacting and so forth. Very similar to my ClickUp one in a way that it's just got client name, contact name, phone, email, stage, next contact date, last contact date, contact method, client type, and general notes. Now, all of these I feel are very relevant. Obviously, you need to know who you're talking to, the business they're associated with, and how to talk to them. The stage we have set up in this one's a little bit different. It's initial, second, third, unsuccessful, got the business. Okay. Then we got the contact dates. In this one, we have it set up that if you, let's say, have a date in that you're supposed to contact them, it'll go red. Okay. And then so forth. So I'll show you how to set all this up in a Google Sheet. Now, same as this will work for Excel as well. The reason why we go down this route is you can copy and paste this if you want to have different CRM sheets for different types of clients. So you might have one dedicated to builders, you might have one dedicated to accommodation places, to aged care facilities, to healthcare facilities like doctors or physios or dentists. You might have it for caravan parks, you might have it for real estates, you might have it for sign companies or whatever. You can either copy this master and go over and over and over again, or you can just, like what we've done here, and go on client type. So you've got a whole heap of different client types down the side. The beauty of an Excel spreadsheet is, one, you can make it pretty or you can leave it blank. It's up to you. So, in saying all that, let's get into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up and create a new spreadsheet, whether it's in Excel or Google Sheets, okay? What I like to do is I like to just go down and basically blank out the first column, merge the first column together, okay? So that way we've got a border coming down the side, okay? And then we will do the same for the top, okay? So we've got like a title space. And you can title it however you like. Okay, we're just going to title this one CRM Build. Put it in the middle. Underneath it here, we are going to put our titles. So the kind of titles we want to do is we want to have things like client name. Then we're going to have contact person or name, however you want, whatever you want to do. And then in D, we're going to have phone number, E for email, F for stage, and then G, we're going to have next contact date, and then H, we are going to have last contact date. I, we're going to have contact method. And then in J, you can either do straight to notes or you can do client type. So in this one, I'll show you how. We'll just do a client type. And then K will do notes. Okay. These ones here. We wrap it for center. Make it pretty by putting a border around them. Let's go borders, and then we'll come down here and we'll make these. Okay, so this is the crux and the basis of our CRM build. Okay, so this is just the basis of it. We can adjust things out bigger and smaller however we like. Okay, and the way we're going to build it, okay, let's just make this pretty for a second. You can make it as pretty or as bland as you like, however you want to do it. At Sparky Coach, we have it's nearly our company culture. One of our core values is our spreadsheet colors. If you're a part of the program, you would understand. So what we've done here is we've built out the basic skeleton or bones of the spreadsheet CRM. Okay. What we want to do now in building it all is we want to start go through and what kind of formatting and stuff it is. So if we go on into these 4 here, so client name through to email is basically going to be text. Phone, you can format it up here in the little menu. You go format, go number. Okay. You can choose whatever it is. I'm just going to leave it as a plain text for now. In our stage section, we're going to go right click and we're going to go down to our drop down option. Inside our drop down option now, we obviously can add as many items as we want. So we can do like initial contact or let's go future client. I always like the term future client, not contacted, because they are going to be our future client. Let's stay positive, people. And then we got initial contact. And then you can do second, third, unsuccessful, and then successful. Now, I strongly encourage you guys to color code these. Okay, color code them however you like to color code. Okay, for me, I find if we color code them, it does a really, really good way of giving you a visual indicator of where things are up to. Okay, so once we've got our stages in, you can create whatever stage you like, however many stages you want to go through the process. Obviously, this is just an example. Tweak it to how it works. Now, we're going to skip the date sections for a second because we're going to go over to contact method and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to right click onto the blank cell below it, go to drop down, click on drop down, and we're going to add our contact method in there. Text, email, drop in, flyer, whatever, pigeon, whatever you want to put in as your contact methods, throw them in. Again, I am a big believer of colors, of seeing different stages. It just helps you, when you look at it, ID it and see where you're at. Okay? So now, once you've got your contact method in, we go click, add in, sweet. And then we're going to go to client type. Now, this is an optional column for you guys. Now, you may or may not want this. It's handy for, just in this instance, we'll do it. So we'll go down to the drop down again and we'll add it in. So the reason why we're doing client type is you can either have them all in separate spreadsheets, like I said earlier, or we can look at combining them all into one sheet depending on how dedicated you are, or if you've got different people reaching out to different areas. Okay, you might have it and go, cool, we're going to do a blitz for accommodation, motels, hotels in Airbnbs in our area. So you would set this sheet up to attack that section, okay? But in this scenario, we'll just do different categories. So like builder, kitchens, bathrooms, pools, IT company, school, cafes, aged care. Now, you can go on for ages with this list. There's no end to what categories you could do as a business. Now, we can also, in this scenario, we can allow multiple selections if you'd like. So like they could be like an aged care builder, for instance, or a kitchen builder, or a school IT company, or something like that. So you can merge two categories together if you want to go down that whole genre thing, how like you've got smooth classic country or rock country or whatever, yeah, something like that. So that's our drop downs sorted for now. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to our dates. Okay, this is more specifically for our next contact date more than our last contact date. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to click on the cell below next contact date, and we are going to go format, number, and we are going to go date. Okay, now that that is set as a date, we would like to right click on that cell, come all the way down. Okay, right click on the cell, come all the way down to view more cell actions, and we're going to go into conditional formatting. Okay, in this, what we're going to do is we're going to set up 3 conditional format rules inside this column. They're going to give us a visual indicator of if we need to call them, if we have time to call them, or if we are late on doing the contact. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is in single color. Okay, we're just gonna do apply range to that cell for now. Format cells if. Okay, and we're gonna come down here. Date is, and it's if it's today, we would want to. For me, I'll go yellow. So if today's date in that cell will go yellow, or you could do it in a way where, let's go dark green, okay, or bright green, because it's today's date. Okay, and then we're going to add another rule, and then we're going to go if date is before today, we're going to give it a red, because this one here is if the date is, let's say, yesterday's date, we want it to be red because we're running late on calling that client. Okay, see how we've got 2 here now? We're going to add another rule for if date is after today. And we're just going to make that a nice little pretty red. So what we can also do in this scenario for formatting, we can go if date is yesterday, tomorrow, past week, exact date, like we could ramp up the colors. Okay, so like if it's yesterday, we can do a beige red. If it's in the past week, we do a brighter red, past month, brighter red, past year, black, or something like that to indicate how late we are. Okay, so what we can do now is, if you can see here, now that we've got the formats in, we can go down and, like, let's say we type in tomorrow's date on this one. Okay, cool. It'll bring it up as a nice little green. But if we change this date to, let's say, last Wednesday, it's going to be red. If we change the date to today, it's going to be that nice, pretty green. Okay. So yes, we could do that. So that's just a basic way of doing it. You can go as advanced as you want with the rules, because like you can even go if you wanted to, if date is before yesterday, Okay, we can make them red. Okay, or we can do yellow or whatever. So it's gradually getting more and more intense based on how late you are in contacting that client. Once we've done that, what we want to do is go from the spare column underneath client name and the spare column underneath notes, and we just basically clear this date out before we do that. And we want to click and drag from using that little blue dot over here all the way down to the bottom. Another way you can do this is just go into per stage, okay, and click and drag down that way, like that. Okay. This sucker. Cool. Okay. Same with this next contact date here. Just drag that down. So that way, if we drag it all the way down to the bottom of our sheet, it'll continue the next date formatting. Okay. Same with these ones here. We'll just click and drag it all the way using that little blue dot all the way down to the bottom of the spreadsheet. And then we're obviously going to have to fix the format. That's okay. We can fix that. So, cool. Now your spreadsheet's built. So what is the next step once our spreadsheet's built? Okay. Once our spreadsheet's built, let's go through and let's do a theoretical thing here. We're chasing kitchen makers, let's say in the Sunshine Coast. What we want to do is we can get clients to fill this in a couple of different ways. Like I said earlier, we can get it from a VA, a data miner VA, and you go with them, hey, I want all kitchen and bathroom installers / suppliers in this postcode range, and they'll fill out a full spreadsheet and you can just copy and stuff over from there. Or you can do it a little bit more organically and you can Google it or add things that you see. So what I like to do is if I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see a new client, a new builder in the area, I will screenshot that, and then the next time in the office, I'll add them to our CRM. Okay? Or if I see them driving down the road, I'll take a photo of their car and do the same thing. But let's say in this scenario, we'll just go kitchens, Sunshine Coast. Okay? We can go down here. We can see all the kitchens in the Sunshine Coast area. Okay? Now, let's just choose Coastal Kitchens, for instance. We will open that in a new tab and we'll do foreshore kitchens. Okay, Coastal Kitchens, sweet. What we can do then, we'll go over to our spreadsheet and we'll go Coastal Kitchens. Spell it correctly is always important. We can go down here and we can go about. It's always, in my opinion, to find out who the person in charge is. Okay, so in this scenario, we want to talk to Sean. Okay, Sean is definitely who we want to talk to because he's the one that's going to make the decisions about who they work with in regards to on-sites. So let's go Sean. Sean's contact phone number we can get from the website as well. Okay, which is here. And then email, we can get that as well. So let's go and get email. Oh, there is no email because it's got a form. That's cool. That's fine. So that's all entered in. Let's go and quickly add foreshore kitchens now. Let's find out who we want to talk to in foreshore kitchens. It doesn't really say, which is cool. So we'll go contact our team and then we'll grab the details we need. Foreshore Kitchens. Put the phone number in, and we can grab an email off this one as well. So let's just say, so these are here are future clients. Okay, so let's just say we ring up Sean. We haven't contacted Sean before. We give him a call and say, hey, it's Joey here from Sparky Coach. Just ringing up. We're electricians based in your area. We're looking to add some kitchen installers to our network of people we work with. Do you have anything coming up we can price for you? And then if he goes, yeah, sure, no worries. Sweet, winner, winner, chicken dinner. If he says, oh, not at this stage, we currently have an electrician that we use for all our stuff. And you go, cool, no worries. Do you mind if I ask who that electrician is? Now, the reason why I suggest doing this is you can get a good gauge if you want to pursue that client or not. Now, if they say in electricians, we all know in our area someone like who we're competing against, who's who, what kind of work they do, where they sit in the price scale side of things. So if they mention an electrician that you know is really, really cheap compared to you, or provides a really, really, really good service or whatever, you can gauge whether it's how often you want to contact Sean from Coast Kitchen. Okay? Or if it's on another example for, say, if it's a builder, and you know this builder does 30 homes a year, and the electrician they say is a single band, okay? Just a sole trader. You go, cool. I got 5 staff. I'm going to keep on tabs on this because that sole trader is going to bow out and hit capacity at some point. Okay, so it's just gauging it. And what you can do here is you can put in the notes. Okay, let's just say, has Sparky, and then who the Sparky is, Jimmy. And then contact in 3 months. Okay, I find it's also very important when you're on a phone call and talking to them, ask them if you can call them back down the track. Okay, once we've done that, we go last contact date. Cool, let's add today's date in, 26, and our next contact will be in 3 months. So it'll be 12/6/26. Okay, and it'll give you the color. Contact method, we'll give them a call, and they're a kitchen person. Okay, sweet. Now we move on to Foreshore Kitchens. We'll give Foreshore Kitchens a call. They go, cool, sweet. Yeah, we've got 2 projects we can get you on. Sweet, no worries. If you just send us over all your details. So we can go successful. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And we have to go send for details. Okay, by COB Friday. Let's say it's a Wednesday we're doing it. So we're going to jump onto here. And we're going to go like 14th of the 3rd, 26. Okay, and the contact method will be email. Okay, so that's how we use and build out a basic CRM. It's very, very handy to keep track of who we're talking to, when we're talking to them, and when we need to get back onto them. Okay, so when it comes down to talking to clients and all that kind of stuff, we can keep tabs on things. So when we get around to it, have a good crack at it, build it out. If there is any questions, or if you have any questions about this, get into contact and I'll happily walk you through it. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your weekend or whenever you're listening to this, and have a great week. Have fun and just enjoy it. It's a load of fun finding new clients. So thanks heaps for listening to Sparky Coach Podcast, and we'll talk to you soon.
That's a wrap on another podcast. Whatever you're doing, don't be too busy to stop and check if you're making money. And above all else, you know the rules. Be kind. See you soon.